Do 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 do. Hey, rockin' through Texas. Hey, 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 hey. What's going on? What's going on, Conscious Crew? How are you guys doing, honey? You guys already know what the hell we're here to get into, honey. We got to talk about it. Miss Iyanla thinks she quit and fixed my life, girl, but we got to fix hers tonight. Oh, yes, God. So I want you guys to go ahead and comment, rate, share, and motherfucking subscribe if you have not, okay? Hit that notification bell so that you can keep up with all of my latest, okay, uploads, okay? Also, the Gentleman's Panel will be hosted on my platform tomorrow, not Captivating Christians Pastor, okay? Get it correct. And we're going to get into Miss Iyanla tonight, okay? Because, you know, this topic is real personal to me because I'm a light worker. I am a empath. I am a healer myself. And so there's so much of this shit that I can really relate to, okay? I really get it, girl. I really do get it. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. Iyanla did an interview where she went more in depth about why she's leaving the show. So we're going to talk about all of that. So fill on into the room, girl, and let's get into some things, okay? I'll be right back.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Conscious TV.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Conscious TV.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Are we back? Oh, yes, God. We are back. Okay. So I want to speak to the chat real quick. What's going on, Miss Old School? Hey, Mod. What's going on, T. Trisha? What's going on, Baby Mothers? Shout out to the mods in the building. Hey, Monica. Hey, Hayes. What's going on, Princess? Hey, Shay Bay. What's going on, Jessica, Tamika, Tanya, Monica, Tiana, D-Rock, L'Oreal, what's going on? So I'm happy to have you guys here. Okay, hope you guys are having a wonderful hump day. Okay, it's one of them days, honey. Get your humping on. So you guys probably know by now that, well, maybe some of you don't know, but that this is Iyanla's last season of the Fix My Life show. Okay, and now this news broke about a few months ago, right before the final season of Fix My Life. You know, debuted it. And I think it has already kicked off with the episode regarding Lisa Ray McCoy. Okay, you guys know Diamond from the Players Club. She was on a previous season of Iyanla Fix My Life, I think, with her daughter and her mother. And then she came back personally after the whole debacle with Debrat pulling up on, cocktails with queens and everything, and that whole big blow up and just different things she had been dealing with that she wanted some spiritual assistance on. And it was a really inspiring, well done episode. I mean, it was just so well done, honey. I mean, I got my entire life. Okay, so you guys know she's been at this. She's counseled everybody from DMX to Lisa Ray to Hazel E from Love and Hip Hop to Neffy Guttersnipe from Right Up Out the Hood. Okay, which is Keisha Cole's sister. Okay, she's dealt with Neffy on 2 occasions. She also has dealt with Shay from Love and Hip Hop and Flavor of Love as well, who completely cussed Iyanla out and told her to fuck her process. Okay, and so the drama has been well, very much so well there. Well, you guys know that also Iyanla has caught a lot of backlash from doing this show. She's received a lot of public criticism about her process. A lot of the people who signed up to be on the show oftentimes ended up as disgruntled participants after their time on the show, taking to social media to bash Iyanla, to bash production, to bash the process, etc. And it seems like this is taking quite a bit of toll on Auntie, honey. And Iyanla is, I'm gonna save it because we're gonna get into it. So I wanna read this article so we can get into her words specifically. And let me pull her image up here. Come on, Auntie Vanzant. Look at that beautiful, look at that strong black woman. This strong for no damn reason. Just look at her. Bitch, everything strong, girl. The damn nose, the brows, girl, even that fade, girl, is sitting up on that head. Strong, honey. Melanin, strong, honey. Side-eyeing the shit out of that Illuminati demonic bitch Oprah, honey. I know that's what you're sitting across from in this picture, girl. This had to be a goddamn steal taken from the goddamn set of the own goddamn network. She was looking at that bitch with the power of righteousness, honey. Just strong in every goddamn way. Well, there's an article that is talking about Vanzant, okay? Talking about her. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. Somebody said she can't be mean. I don't think Iyanla can be mean. I think it's a misunderstanding, Casey. I mean, I'm gonna just say your last name, Design. I don't think she can be mean. So let's listen here, okay? This article is by urbanhollywood411.com. So shout out to Urban Hollywood, okay? So the article reads, Iyanla Vanzant has had enough of the tears, arguments, and drama on Iyanla Fix My Life. Just weeks after announcing she plans to leave her namesake-owned series, the spiritual life coach and relationship expert offered more insight into why she's walking away from the hit show. Quote, the one thing that 8 years of Fix My Life has taught me is how mean and nasty and unkind we are. I don't want that energy in my life anymore, Vanzant told YouTube content creator Daniel Young, shout out to Daniel Young, in an interview posted online this week. Quote, I don't want people calling me names and talking about me. I'm just very sensitive to energy. I don't deserve it and I don't want it. So now if you want a piece of me, you've got to come to me and you've got to pay for it. Period. The TV host and author added. She continued by saying the show has accomplished OWN's mission of helping people live their best life. Miss Oprah Winfrey said the vision for the network was to support you in living your best life, and we've given people tools and information and opportunity to do that. So I'm real proud of that. But I'm also excited I can do something else in another way and in another direction. And that those episodes of Fix My Life are there in perpetuity, she said. Vanzant is optimistic about what she calls her continuing evolution. quote, "It's good to be able to do something with excellence and love and then get the opportunity to say, let me do something else because, you know, it doesn't define me. I've been doing this work for 34 years. I've been on television for 8. And so it's just part of the evolution," she said while smiling. Besides helping families and individuals deal with trauma, fractured relationships, and life crisis, Vanzant has had several celebrities on the show, including DMX, Selena Johnson, Grammy-winning gospel singer Leandria Johnson, reality TV stars, and others. In 2015, she also had a controversial interview with Karichi Tran, who you guys know is Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend, that made headlines. Vanzant previously announced in October that her popular self-help series, which launched in 2012, would soon end after 8 seasons. Guys, I am heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. Heartbroken. This is a devastation to daytime television. There is nothing remotely in the same, not even in the same damn class. There ain't nothing even on the block, in the school, in the city, in the state of television that is remotely close. That is remotely close to the Fix My Life series. There is nothing this black, this raw, this spiritual, this therapeutic, this gem dropping, led by our people, by one of our own, the head matriarch in charge, carrying the hurt and the trauma and the brokenness of an entire people on her back, and putting her name out on the line and her reputation on the line to do what nobody else in television is doing, to doing what nobody else in Hollywood is doing, telling people the damn gutter snipe truth about themselves. There have been so many people who no longer need counseling, who no longer need to put their pennies together and find out what type of affordable health care they need to get counseling, because just by watching this woman counsel and heal and teach and reach into the depth of other people has been healing and therapeutic for them. So many people have been able to learn how to navigate their own dysfunctional families and been able to raise their own emotional intelligence in broken romantic relationships and marriages and broken relationships to their children and to their parents, just by watching 8 seasons of Fix My Life. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, this woman has been very integral to the way that I approach healing, okay? The way, and showing me the depth of the work required to really liberate people from the inside out. And I can't believe that, first of all, there's still, to this day, in the age where Black people asses are everywhere, from the Oval Office to the Senate's office to #1 on the Billboard, that Iyanla is still in a class by herself, because this should have been able to give birth to so many other things like it. And there ain't, and there isn't. And I'm sad for that. I'm sad for the people that are going to have to make do with 8 seasons. Now, Iyanla does have her own YouTube platform called the R Spot, where she gives, you know, a lot of inspirational words. She talks about a lot of different things. So you guys make sure y'all go and subscribe over there. But I want to say this. I am a little bit surprised that Iyanla caved in to the public's perception, because Iyanla has spent 8 seasons telling other people to make it about them. To make it about them individually. Don't make it about your family. Don't make it about your mama. Don't make it about da-da-da-da-da. To make it about you. And I'm surprised that she allowed public fodder and criticism from unconscious ass observers and unconscious ass viewers and unconscious ass bloggers to discourage her about her process. But more than that, I think what added insult to injury is some of the people themselves slandered the very process. And that can be very painful and very hurtful. When I read the line where she says she's proud of the level of excellence in love that she knew she vibrationally and energetically went into this process with, I felt that. And it can be very jarring when you give people what they ask you for. Because every person who ever stood on the Iyanla Fix My Life stage, every motherfucker who got invited to one of them rented out mansions that they use to go set up shop in to help these dysfunctional, chaotic ass people, all wrote to her. She wasn't out here scouting for them. They wrote to her. And how dare you have the opportunity to know the level of healing that I do. You know my language as a healer. You know my passion as a healer. You know the level of accountability that I hold intact when it comes to those I'm healing. And on top of you already knowing who you're getting yourself into this with, you have the audacity to still come into the process, Shay and Neferteria, Nephi, guttersnipe from right about the hood, and still have a false expectation about what the hell this gonna give, and then have the nerve after I've taken on your burden, your brokenness, your ego, your pain body, your dysfunction, your trauma, your unhealing, and talk shit about my best efforts to get your black ass up on your social media and have the audacity to put your disrespectful, unconscious, open throat ass mouth on my best efforts, even if you didn't like the way you experienced the process, even if you didn't understand or felt a way. But what happens to the honor you put on somebody else's name? Because regardless of how satisfied you ended up, this person still made provisions for you. Talk about not biting the hand that feeds you. You ain't gotta like the food that was serviced to you, because ain't nobody ever promised your ass a custom order. But the nerve to talk shit about the one who's feeding you when at the end of the day, you were fed. Even if you were not fed a meal to your liking, it was one more day that your hungry, starved ass didn't have to go with the empty belly. And you got the nerve to already not be where the hell you ain't in life, and then to seek me for my care and my expertise and my wisdom and my life experience. And then use your dick sucker, use your pussy eater to talk down and demean me in my process. And you came for me, baby. If that ain't unconscious, baby, if that don't speak to exactly why these motherfuckers' lives are not actually fixed, I don't know what does. Tamar ass, right, Kimberly? Tamar ass, gutter snipes. Ain't been nothing but gutter snipes. But see, I felt like Iyanla, because see, I understand from a television perspective, she, bringing these celebrities on was really good for ratings. It was good for the viewership, for sponsorship, for how TV works, because TV is business. Even when you're doing some real shit on television, it's still television. So it's still the world of business. So I got it, but there was a point where Iyanla should have started listening to her fan base who were saying, hey, we don't enjoy the celebrity episodes any goddamn way because these people are so pretentious and egoic and shallow and full of themselves. They have already bitten the apple of unconsciousness and completely became an allegiance to their false selves, that these people don't be nowhere near truly genuinely interested in fixing the problem. They come onto the show for a yes man. They come onto the show because they think that you're going to help them beat up on the people who they're placing the blame on, without realizing that you're going to hold both the victim and the perpetrator fully accountable and equally accountable. Hello, Shay. Hello, Shay. So I feel like once Iyanla started to see that the problem was not even the regular families and the regular everyday people who were signing up for the show, the problem became the introducing of the celebrity motherfuckers onto the show, who want to come in thinking that Iyanla just going to be another fan, and that for some reason they're going to have immunity or they're going to be unchecked. And I just would have stopped doing celebrity appearances. I just would have made it clear that if any fucking celebrity wants my personal help and counsel, they can contact me privately or personally on my website. I am more than willing and happy to assist any celebrity, any public figure with this work. But we're not going to do it through television. Because your ego will not be able to sustain, first of all, you being checked. You being checked. And then you being checked before hundreds of millions of people around the world. And you don't think as a celebrity, after I done disseminated your damn ego, that you're not going to retaliate by using your platform and your visibility to counteract the embarrassment that you felt? Because these celebrities do not make a distinction between their real selves and their persona. They actually have come to believe that they are the persona. So they don't even understand that when they're upset at her, when they're saying fuck her process, when they're saying get, back the fuck up off me, when they're talking shit, when they're talking about they don't even know that the part of them that's disgruntled is their false self. The part of them that's mad at Iyanla is the false self. But because they are the false self, they can't discern or even distinguish the real self from the false self. So they pressed and pissed, not realizing that being pressed and pissed and being... Look, here is the thing that I want you guys to all understand in the comment section. Contrary to the sensationalism of these self-help books, the sensationalism of crystals and doing yoga and being at peace and living your best life, that healing is ugly, bitch. And I want you to put ugly in capital words. U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi, bitch. Ugly. Healing is ugly. It's dark. It's black. It's nappy, and it's ugly. Okay? Okay? The process of healing is ugly. Ugly. The end result is the glory. But the journey to the glory is absolutely sometimes vile and vicious, and to the point of feeling like you will lose your motherfucking mind. Because you are losing your damn mind on the road to healing. You're losing the same mind that got your ass into the brokenness to begin with. You are losing your damn mind. You losing the same goddamn mind that got you fucking up your damn marriage. You are losing your damn mind. You losing the same damn mind that got you in these fucked up dysfunctional relationships to your children. You are losing your damn mind. But you're supposed to be losing your damn mind because you got two minds. a divine mind and a cardinal mind, a righteous mind and an unrighteous mind. So you damn right you losing your damn mind. Don't be scared. That's why the scriptures say, fear not, bitch. Fear not, girl. Fear not. Fear not. There's a reason why the scriptures keep echoing, honey, from Old Testament to the gospel, baby, to fear not. Because the road to glory is filled with all type of thought forms and self-perceived boogeymans and demons and devils, but all illusionary. And you need courage and humility. And most importantly, faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in that dim drop of light at the end of the tunnel, in order to transcend your inner and your outer circumstances. And these celebrity hoes don't understand that. There ain't nothing like a Iyanla in their life. So, of course, they can't help but come on the show and be completely polarized by the spiritual confrontation that she offers them, which is truly between them and themselves. But let me tell you how clever the ego works. The ego, okay, does not make a distinction. It does not discern between the message and the messenger. So oftentimes, those who have egos and narcissisms and brokenness and bad attitudes will oftentimes target the messenger rather than the message. They will throw the baby out with the bath water. They will take out the confrontation that the truth is responsible for them experiencing out on the messenger. Can't be mad at the messenger, baby. I'm just an angel of the Lord, sugar. Just an angel of the Lord, girl. I'm just here to offer the way, to give you the information, to show you an HD image of yourself, and give you the opportunity to get to the other side effectively and successfully. But when you have people who have heavy pain bodies, like a lot of these people who've been on the show, they have been so conditioned to be fragmented and disconnected and unconscious that healing in love and light actually feels horrible to them. It burns them like sunlight to a vampire. You know, the scriptures say that people will come to call the things of God the devil and the things of the devil God. That people will become a shell of themselves and practice a form of godliness to the point that the true way, the way of healthiness and true justice and equality, becomes something that's perceived as divisive. And it's sad to see people get so wounded and damaged up in the process that they can't even distinguish love from enabling and truth from disillusion. Nobody feels sorry for these goddamn celebrities who didn't end up satisfied with the goddamn process. There's been a lot of criticism from the public with people saying, oh, she ain't fixing no damn body life anyway. Excuse me. She never said she fixed anybody's life. The mantra is, I'm here to help you do the work and to fix your life. Keyword, your. I'm here to assist you in doing the work. So when people used to see updates at the end of an episode where a family was still struggling, a person was still struggling, etc., people say, oh, I see, she ain't fixing nothing. But that's where the revelation is. the revelation is every man or woman has to work out his or her own salvation. Nobody can fix you for you. All a person can do is be an aid, be a be a be a crutch, give you something to lean upon as you do the work, and you be supported in doing that work. Being supported in doing that work. Yeah, because you can't fix anybody. And the people who don't like Iyanla, because I've seen certain bloggers talk shit and call Iyanla every other name in the book. And, you know, my thing to a lot of the commentators and bloggers who, for whatever reason, have an issue with Iyanla, I feel like the only real reason, to be honest, that a lot of, you know, that some commentators and bloggers on social media have an issue with Iyanla is because she gets to do what they don't, which is truly be the head bitch in charge. Because while they're criticizing her for not being able to fix anybody's life, I want to know, what the hell have they fixed other than the autofocus on the fucking camera that they're using? I want to know who can ever say to them that their lives have been changed as a result. Thank you, L'Oreal. Hit that like button, y'all. I want to know. I want to know. Because Iyanla ain't never called none of these people out their names. Except for Neffy. She did call her a guttersnipe bitch. That Neffy is a bitch. But she was calling Neffy's false self a bitch. Not a real self. Iyanla don't be cussing nobody out. Iyanla tries to help these people get to their best life by resolving their unconsciousness, by resolving their anger, by resolving their loneliness, by resolving their pain body. I can't imagine why anybody would find an issue. Lovely T and Cord Der Howard, to name a couple of bloggers who hate Iyanla. You know, it's funny to me that Iyanla is out here doing ministry work and the people who talking about her gossip for a living. I mean, you got to make it make sense. A gossiper is putting their unconscious ass mouth on a healer. Baby, you can't even compete with the fuck you don't even compare. I mean, talk about the goddamn tea calling the goddamn kettle black. I do work of substance in Black people's life. I got the credentials to counsel and to heal and to repair. And all you got is a verified check on Twitter that you use to gossip and talk shit about reality stars and celebrities with. Girl, we're not the same. We're not the same. Because if any of these bloggers say that they use their platforms holistically, yeah, L'Oreal, then they say she's a witch doctor. Iyanla has yet to even have a damn broom on set. So I don't even know why her spiritual intersections get brought up. Because it ain't none of these Christian ministers doing this level of work. Hell, so let's say she's a new age pagan witch, voodoo priest doctor. Why y'all letting the hoodoo priest witch doctor show y'all up? Because ain't none of these mainstream Christian folk out here getting to the depths and the hot and the bottom line of people's bottom damn line. Y'all got a witch out here doing what the hell you supposed to be doing. And what and why and while they call her a witch, what is she calling them? Absolutely nothing. So who's the witch? Who is the poisoner? Who is the witch that we shall suffer not to live? Ironically, the righteous people always think that it's their role to have a crusade against some goddamn body, while the person or people that they crusading against out here minding their motherfucking business, living their motherfucking life, and actually being the virtues that are proclaimed by the other party. She ain't never brought a single bit of witchcraft to her damn set. She talked to these people about their emotions, about their psychology, about their beingness. Iyanla, I don't think you should retire yet, girl. I think that this is even bigger than you as a healer. This is history that we're talking about, Iyanla. We have too many disparities up and through the Black community, where Black people are still wrestling with the idea of even getting therapy and counsel because they've been so conditioned by the church to use the church is where all the healing and happiness got to come from. Not to mention that all of the counseling really afforded to a lot of broken families, especially urban Black families, is really whack therapy. People get more therapy by watching you than they do going in to see those goddamn Obamacare appointed ass counselors who they meet with twice to 3 times a damn week, who can't ask no in-depth question other than how you doing and how you feeling and everything gonna be okay. You just need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You'll feel better in time. I've been in the room with those damn Obamacare appointed ass therapists and seen that there's no real therapy going on there, girl. Don't leave your people to that, Iyanla. They need you. Because they become too comfortable having hallelujah parties instead of doing the real work, which is outside of the 4 walls, period. Because contrary to popular belief, therapy is also a lot like finding the right church. Just because somebody got the credentials, just because somebody got the plaques on the wall, just because somebody technically went to school and got a standardized education in psychology, etc., and got their hours and did all they goddamn shadow work and shit, does not necessarily make them anointed for you. This is why a lot of people in therapy and it's not really hitting. It's not really helping. It's not really hitting and helping also for 2 reasons. Oftentimes people think that therapy in and of itself fixes them the same way that dumbass people think that Iyanla herself fixes them. No, you fix you. You use the process and the methods and the techniques and the path I'm offering to you to help yourself. To help yourself. But for 2, oftentimes the therapists themselves do not have range, do not have anointing. And even if they do, they don't have anointing for you. And so sometimes you have to go through a bit of a process finding the right therapists and the right healers. Because it's not just a flip through the yellow pages, Google counselor, get into counseling, and then boom, the work has to resonate. You have to look for that inner resonance, and you will feel it when you are upon the right person. Because despite how strange the work is or how hard the work is, there's something that makes you desire the work. That's how you know that you got the right person. Because through all your confusion, through all whatever, there's something that is telling you to be here and to endure this and to deal with this. And when you feel that, don't listen to your ego, which will be saying, oh, hell no, this bitch is kicking my ass. But actually yield to your spirit that's telling you this is where it at. And you know it deep down. You got to listen for the inner resonance when it comes to finding out who God got appointed to you and for you. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, King Keith. I would think, though, that she's stronger than this, and I wouldn't leave because I wouldn't leave either. I'm like, girl, you are the queen of telling people to make it about them, to fuck what everybody else got to say, girl. Stand in your truth. Stand in your whatever. Let people be mad. Let people be upset. Let Iyanla, you don't got to listen to the girl. Turn the comment sections off, girl. Don't even visit the comment sections because you clear about what you do. Like she stated in that interview, I've done this work from a place of, from a posture of excellence and love. And if that's the case, there ain't even no reason for you to even encounter the criticism. Because you ain't got to read through none of that shit, Iyanla. It's not necessary. That would be like Beyonce saying, I'm no longer going to be an entertainer because hoes out here thinking that I'm responsible for Aaliyah's plane coming out of the sky. Motherfuckers think I'm fucking responsible, okay, for the Super Bowl electric bill being past due, girl. People think that, girl, people accusing me of all type of shit. But what has Beyonce said? Beyonce said, the reason why I survive the media is because I don't look or listen. Iyanla, don't look, boo, and you don't listen, because looking and listening are a choice. Hell, even as a damn smaller content creator, even as a growing public figure, I don't look and I don't listen. That's why I'm able to get up here and be consistent. This is why y'all don't catch me in YouTube beefs and shit. This is why y'all don't catch me making my platform about throwing tomatoes with another bitch. Now, I may from time to time, honey, every blue moon, girl, if I'm in the mood, when God gives me a strong, thick reading spirit, girl. Because sometimes God tells me which haters need a good lashing, honey. And I'm obedient to the Lord. When the Lord say, I'm going to allow my divine wrath to be personified through you dragging the shit out of a low vibrating bitch, honey. Oh, yes, I am obedient, honey. But the Lord tells me that every now and again. And when the Lord is not telling me specifically or giving me a conviction about having to speak to something or to address something, it's easy for me to let it be. Because I know that the criticism isn't real anyway. I know that people are only experiencing their own distorted selves and taking that out on those who are clear about who they are. And if you are a clear, concise, entire, and whole human being, you will attract the attention of those who are distorted and who have distorted lenses. So do not be surprised, okay, when people can simply sit and observe you and conjure up in their twisted, rabbit-ass imagination abominable thoughts and perceptions about you, and you don't even know these motherfuckers. Never spent a day talking to these motherfuckers. Never did anything, never crossed paths, never whatever. And people can still sit back and mutate you over and over and over in their minds. That's not about you. As the person who's clear, that's about them. Now, CC says, I have seen Iyanla live. Her spirit cannot be denied. There's nothing witchcraft about her or her work, period. She simply gives you the tools to heal yourself. She puts the ball back in your court, period. Samantra says, filtering too much dirty flour, and sometimes it sticks with these powerful, dysfunctional subconscious minds. Absolutely. And this is why you got to be clear in yourself. This is why Christ spent so much time fasting and praying. And when he was amongst people, he was amongst his inner circle, who was able to reflect back to him his core beliefs about himself. And when he was amongst everybody else, he was amongst them in the context of being a teacher, a preacher, and a healer. But also why he separated himself from the trauma and the struggle, came into alignment with who he was, and then would stand in the vibration of that self-knowing, and then speak, live, and go back into the public space from that place of knowingness, from that place of depth and understanding. This is why he would do that. What's going on, Soap and Wash? Hey, boo. And so when you are doing that as a person, when you are fucking clear, this is why you can turn around like Yahshua when he said, when the prince, when the enemy, when the dysfunctional one of this dimension comes for me, he will find nothing in me. The only way for the enemy to, the only way to be able to stand 10 toes down when the enemy of this world, whatever the enemy comes in the form of, an internet troll, a hating ass viral virtual bitch, a hate train, or whatever the case may be, whenever, the only way you're going to be able to withstand that, the only way you are able to have a posture of being non-reactionary and to deny flawlessly, giving in to such fodder and unnecessariness, is you got to clear up the troll in yourself. Because when people are reacting to their trolls, when people are reacting to their haters, the reason why you're engaging is because you're engaging an aspect of you. You're engaging your own shadow self that's being represented and reflected back to you in the form of a external hater or opponent. Lay the enemy out, Soap and Wash, period. And most people have not resolved their pain body in a way to be able to go on about their merry life while a bitch is doing a whole surviving series on your ass. You feel she has given up, or is she protected her peace? A little bit of both. You know, I know that Iyanla is going to continue this work. As she said, she's just going to charge bitches. And I think that that's a great, you know, because, you know, people do act differently, girl, when not only are they seeking you, but they're paying for your services. People are less likely to take you for granted. People are less likely to exploit you, to objectify you, to approach the services or whatever it is you give to them from superficially. So I think that's a good step to take, is start charging these motherfuckers, because when you put your coin on top of your time into something, you are more willing to really find it in yourself to get a bang for your motherfucking buck. And if that means surrendering, submitting to the process, and finding some way to fucking enjoy your girl so that you get some sense of your money's and time's worth, then that's what it is. But I do think that, and I don't want to use the term hypocritical, because I love Iyanla, and there ain't nothing hypocritical about her ass, because she bout all that life. She bout all that life. But I think that Iyanla is falling prey, unfortunately, to her own pain body. I think she's giving in to the lie, and I gotta hold her accountable, because she's a goddess who knows the truth. She knows that these disgruntled celebrities who go on, because like I watched I don't know if y'all saw it, but there's a, matter of fact, let me see if no, I don't even want to pull it up. But there's a I think an Instagram live that Neffy and Shay did, and you know, Neffy came on the show twice. For a person who's so disgruntled, for a person who has so much to say about Iyanla, she damn sure sought Iyanla twice, twice times, baby, twice times. She sought Iyanla, and you know, Shay signed up for the show thinking that Iyanla was gonna get on her brothers and get on her mama, and wasn't gonna get on her ass. But Neffy and Shay ended up doing like an Instagram live together, and they both were going in and talking shit. Just going in, honey, mocking Iyanla. It was so disrespectful. And I was really proud of the comment section, because the comment section was not here for it. Even though people in the comment sections were self-proclaimed fans of Shay, and some were self-proclaimed fans of Neffy, I was so here for them not standing for the bullshit and letting them know that they were out of order, out of fucking line, and that this is exactly why their lives look the way that that they fucking look, because they refuse to find the problem to be themselves. They refuse to acknowledge that is it possible that you may indeed be the goddamn common denominator. That if you find yourself on the fucking outs with your mama, your daddy, your brother, your husband, your love, that could it possibly be you? Not that is you intentionally, but the you that has become a product of the dysfunction is the part of you that's also reinforcing the problem unbeknownst to you. That you're unconsciously a part of the problem. Because I think a lot of why these motherfuckers have an issue or refuse to like when Iyanla be trying to get them to take accountability, they struggle to do that because they think that they are having to admit or being forced to admit that they're intentionally causing the problems. And that's a misunderstanding about what it means to take accountability and responsibility. Taking accountability in the role you play is not about whether you are intending to do it or not. It's about this acknowledging that you are nonetheless, irregardless of intentions, because bitch, intentions also pave the road to hell. You don't have to intentionally be the problem to be the fucking problem. You don't have to intentionally be the issue to be the fucking issue. Your intentions are a moot point. The reality is you are a part of the fucking problem. And not having the humility and the compassion for yourself, not having the empathy and the ability to see the truth about yourself is going to keep you being a repeat offender, leaving the law of attraction forced to keep responding to the vibration of the problematic thinking and the problematic feeling in your being that's recreating the same shit just in a different toilet throughout your life. So you got to clear it up. And if I was Iyanla, I would have never looked at Shay and Nephis feedback. I would make it up and look, this is how I am in real life. I'm gonna tell you the kind of content creator I am. I say what I say, I do what I do, and I move the fuck on. Every now and again, I go look and see in my comment sections and everything. I have become better at dealing with disgruntled people. I don't take it personally. I know people are experiencing their own lower selves and just projecting that shit onto you when they call themselves finding a issue with you. No, bitch, you have an issue with you. You are under the impression that you have an issue with me. But what you in fact really have an issue with is yourself. I'm not your problem. Your sun don't set or rise because of me in a day. So whether you find something you love here or something you hate here, it's what you found. You found your energy that created your perception of something you like or don't like. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It is what it is. But if you're going to be a public figure, and Iyanla knows this, she's a whole fucking author. Yeah, you know, she's on television. She's been on television for almost a decade now, so she knows the game. Damn, take one out of Beyonce book, Iyanla. Like, let them hoes be mad, girl. Like, because Iyanla got to look. You got to yield, okay, to the majority, and the majority in Iyanla's case rules in her favor. We need you. We love you. Please stay around. You ain't got nothing else to do, Iyanla. God is not allowing you to have a man because he got you married to us, okay? You done raised your children, girl. You got the time. You got the time, girl, to be in the backyard with us. God done put you in a position to have nothing else better to do but to be right here with us. And that's where we need you to be. We defend your name out here in these streets, girl. Your name don't come under fire without a counterbalance, without a counteract. You ain't even having to defend your own damn name. We'll get up here and cuss all. I would cuss all these hoes out on your behalf. I would drag Reed and disseminate the problem for you, Iyanla. This work is too valuable, and you can't leave this without leaving us with something in its place. But you just can't leave us like this, girl. You just can't. You can't practice the pull-out method, girl. That ain't fair. That ain't fair, honey. It ain't fair. Black people too fucked up out here. If anything, Iyanla, we need you more now than we ever have. We got more black people dying right before our eyes, right in front of us. There's so much opposition against the black community systemically. If there was any time that we needed someone to help us to stay on track in our feeling, to stay on track in our being, it would be now. It would be now, Iyanla. Damn, I'm almost mad shit that you started 8 years ago. I wish this would have been the first damn season because we need you more now than we ever did. And there is nobody like this. We are an abandoned people. And you're just one more piece of goodness that we're going to have to find a way to live without. And I'm going to be honest. I think we're tired of finding a way to live without what we need. I think we're tired. This whole stop, go, progress, no progress that we make, nobody cares. Black people have had to watch their government make provisions for Jewish people, Native Americans, for immigrants. Nobody cares about black people. And what's even more fucked up is not only are we a abandoned people who have been emasculated, who've been disposed of, exploited, used, that we also aren't even violent people. Even though we know we've been completely, what has been done has been completely unjust. Black people didn't even demand their 40 acres and a mule. We were nice enough to pick up the pieces of what we had. Because all we wanted was to just move on. We was even willing and have been willing to let all these systems continue to stand without ever making what had been done wrong right. And we're still the people who are fighting and having to be a part of a system that can't find it in itself to be kind enough to, if you don't want to correct the problem and give Black people what the fuck they're owed, that you can at least let them go on and live on in fucking peace. But even that is not good enough. Even this system cannot let people who don't want a problem not have a problem. Because we can't even get pulled over for an expired tag without being blown to fucking pieces right on our front porches. We still have to be a people who come out of our houses and see our children laying in a pool of their own fucking blood. That on top of us not being angry about what has happened, on top of us not demanding justice for what this system has done collective to the collective body of African people in this country. That you motherfuckers can't even be decent enough to let bygones be bygones if we willing to let bygones be bygones. Because the sad ass thing, both sad and completely admirable about the Black community, is we were literally willing to let white America not do anything, not have to repent for anything. We were willing to just have our babies, find a decent job, make sure the lights are motherfucking on, and try to enjoy the little bit of life that we have given the circumstances. But even that was enough. Even Black people staying the fuck out of this country's way was not enough. After you done raped me, beat me, done me in, I wasn't even willing to go to the police on your ass. I wasn't even willing to press charges on your ass. And you still got the nerve to keep your fucking foot on my fucking neck? You still got the mitigated gall to keep your motherfucking foot, and you and then when Black people cannot sustain not only the lack of justice, but also cannot sustain the foot on their fucking neck, and shit get to burning down in this bitch, then you want to have all this outward criticism about Black people being mad and angry and enraged. Tell me where you expect us to let up at, given that you're not giving us an opportunity to let the fuck up. And this is why when this shit happened last year, when shit went up in flames, I ain't have shit to say. Because if the people who built the fucking Titanic can't benefit from the Titanic, why should that motherfucker not sink? After we've already walked away from the fight and you're the one fighting with us. There are centuries that go on in this fucking country before people like Iyanla show up and incarnate into the system. There are decades and generations that come and go before people like Iyanla show up in the world. I need her to know that she can't even afford to give this up. This is far beyond Iyanla. It's far beyond the families that she helps and supports on the show. She might think something like this is of a microcosm. But even something seemingly as small as the Fix My Life series aids and abets in the morale, in the social morale, in the team spirit of Black persons. More Black people also need to step the fuck up. We all need to step the fuck up. Which is why sometimes I got to come here and do this shit. Because I got to be a part of the fucking solution too. So yeah, we got to come here and we got to have spiritual talk and we got to get real and we got to fucking cry. We got to get in our fucking feelings and we got to do real shit. And we got to talk about real shit because all of us should feel a call and a responsibility to be the solution. We can no longer depend on someone else to answer the call. We all have to. We all have to. Vanille says that we need to keep Miss Iyanla prayed up. Oh yes, I'm gonna do more than keep her ass prayed up, baby. Tonight I'm doing all type of witchcraft on her ass. Girl, there will be a season 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 30. Girl, if I can help it, bitch, I'm gonna pull all of the moon's light. Bitch, I'm lighting all of the candles. Girl, you think you quitting. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. More people need this and benefit from this than the minority of hating assholes who got something to say. And just like Yahshua said, the poor will always be amongst you, where so will the haters. Because the haters and the poor have one thing in common. They both are the result of a poor thinking process. And an impoverished mind results in becoming a hating asshole. And just like Yahshua didn't let the haters of his day get the best of them, Iyanla, I need you to focus on the good. I need you to focus on the healed. I need you to focus on those who are inspired to be healers themselves and to do their damn work, because you have fixed more lives than those who you have sat in them living rooms with. You're not having a true look at your impact because you are allowing yourself to see the glass half full or half empty, or however many goddamn half is supposed to be. Black people will not be able to do this much longer without inspiration. We're already a lost and divided people, and this system is only going to further the division amongst us and further the unconsciousness within us. We cannot afford to have anything that helps our people removed from the plate. We can't afford it. We all have to get over it. We cannot afford it. It's not affordable. So Iyanla, when one of the faithful members of the Conscious Crew drops this in your DMs, sends a link to this video, to your Twitter, to your Instagram, drops it underneath your channel, girl, we love you. And I am not convinced that God is finished with you as it relates to your relationship to us. If anything, I believe we're just getting started. That 8 years was preparation for the level of leadership that you're going to play publicly and commercially. Because not only do black people need this, Iyanla, white people need to see your black ass being the powerful, melanated, feminine, virtuous, divine person that you are. You are one of the only clean images, out here on mainstream television as it relates to what the highest of black excellence really looks like. Because every time you premiere an episode, you're letting white people know that we give a fuck about each other, that there are black people fighting for each other out here, that black people care about each other, are concerned about each other, support each other. And I need white people to see that shit too. Because it gives them one less piece of bullshit to be able to conjure up. What about what black people? Well, let's talk about what black people do to black people. Let's talk about the Iyanlas of the world. Yeah, let's talk about how black people get all up into black people's business to be supportive, not slanderous, not to be demeaning, not to be exploitative, not to be exposing people, not to be on some salacious shit. Yeah, let's talk about black on black crime. The black on black crime against white capitalistic patriarchy that people like Iyanla is out here breaking up and disseminating. This country needs a fucking Iyanla. The haters need her, and the lovers need her too. So y'all needs to go literally type up a love letter to Iyanla. If y'all love Iyanla, if y'all appreciate this work, if this series in any kind of a way has impact, if her presence in mainstream television has touched you, taught you anything, even if it's one thing, help me to save her ass from having several seats and let her know, beg her, tell her that we need her. At her ass, DM her ass, do whatever you got to do to let her know that the time is now. It's now. Now. I know she's still going to be there, but we need her still in this capacity. This capacity. The R spot in her YouTube page is nice, but it's not Fix My Life. Fix My Life gives us an opportunity to see what this conceptually looks like. She just gets to be a professor on the R spot on the YouTube page. But if Fix My Life gives up a nuanced glimpse into the process. Yes, we need a petition, baby. We need to sign up on signatures, baby. I'm going to draw up a petition The court of public opinion is holding you accountable, Iyanla. We coming for that ass, Auntie. We need you. And we ain't gonna make no fucking apologies about needing you. You're valuable. You need to be protected. And you are desired. And that's on period. Yes, we need her, CC. We need her. So, it's been almost an hour. I'm done, maybe. Let's all email, comment. Let's create a petition, girl. Let's get some signatures. I mean, let's do this thing. Because this serpent system wants Iyanla out of the picture. That's what they want. They want her to sit down, just like they want black men to sit down. They want anybody who stands for anything to be sitting their ass down instead of standing their asses up. We cannot afford to sit down. These are critical times in history. There are things astrologically, metaphysically transpiring. We cannot afford to sit down. This is the time to stand the fuck up. All of us. And it's certainly time for us to keep those who are beneficial to our communities lifted and supported and sustained in affirmation and love, because we can't afford this without them. Yes, I'm going to post her YouTube channel in the community feed for those who don't watch or don't know. Y'all, let Iyanla know how you feel. Send her fan videos. Confess yourself. Send her a private video. Record it personally. Get on camera. Get in front of your phone. Tell her how you feel. Let her see your emotions. Send it to her privately. Let her know what's up. This is the age of Aquarius. Baby, shit is realer than it ever has been. And it gets realer. I've been telling y'all all year long to get your motherfucking house in order. The system coming for your house. The system coming for your being. Baby, you're going to need all of God, not some of God. You're going to need all of your being to rise above and to stay immune to the fuck shit. To the witchery of it all. To the sorcery of it all. To the hypnoticism of it all. Oh, yes. Stay woke. Share the stream out, you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Gentlemen's Panel, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Be in the building. We're going to have a great conversation. And stay woke. Later.